Good morning and welcome to our Veterans Day ceremony. We are deeply honored to have them with us today.
They have it in the health office.
We have a lot of great things planned, and I hope it gives you the chance to reflect upon and appreciate all they have done to keep our country safe and free. The veterans will now introduce themselves.
Good morning, I'm Larry Bondrett, Vietnam veteran from the U.S. Army.
I'm George Smith, U.S. Navy, 1943-46.
Morning. Ray Hanley, class of 1966, Daniel Hand.
Hey!
I served in the United States Navy Seabees from 1967 to 71, and I'm glad I did.
Graduated the year after.
George Milwaukee, United States Army, Korea.
Lee Shimoleski, United States Army, Korea. My name is Rick Boyd, served with the U.S. Army in at that time West Germany.
Bill Mayer, U.S. Navy, 60 to 64.
Charlie Corso, U.S. Army, Vietnam.
Donna Farrell, I'm a veteran of Desert Storm. I was with the Air National Guard unit in West Hampton Beach, but full-time, 1979 to add 15 years, 7 months. Somebody from security.
I'm Tom Kelty, father of 2 Daniel Hand graduates, and U.S. Air Force Strategic Air Command, 69 to 73.
I'm retired Colonel Gerard Curran. I served in the Army from 1982 to 2011. I was in the Gulf War, Afghanistan, and Iraq twice.
We will now raise the flag and Bill Card will play To the Colors. We now welcome Mr. Gage and the DHHS band to play the national anthem. We now welcome Mr. Glasser for his Veterans Day remarks.
Um, 200 some years ago, some people that maybe some of you have been related to, did something rather unique in history. They started this experiment, which we're still enjoying the fruits of today, called the United States. And in that subsequent dream and reality, it's provided a context for you to accomplish what you can, which is historically unique, and also to enjoy certain liberties and freedoms which people had never experienced, and some people, unfortunately, still never experience. We pretty much kept ourselves in this hemisphere for a while, and in the 20th century, we were drawn into two cataclysmic events that we refer to now as the First and Second World War, which are actually spending a lot more time in Europe discussing these days, because as you may know, this time we're in right now, we're in the middle of the 100-year anniversary of the First World War, and we just concluded the 70th year observance of the Second World War. Now, these wars really could have been much different. Historians will go back and look at World War I, still trying to figure out why we were there. What we did do is end it rather quickly, and that's where that really had to end, so civilization could get rid of its awful mistake and move forward. The Second World War, I believe in my dying day, was the most important war ever fought, and it probably represents the finest hour of any country has ever achieved in the history of the world. What we were able to do, we were not part of that war, we were drawn into it, and we helped correct the awful calamities that resulted from that war and steer civilization toward a better place. And then since then, after our emergence from that war, we've been the leader of the world, something we didn't ask for, but it's been put in our lap, and we've been doing our best to make sure that we hold up our responsibilities as well as we can. And since that time, we've been involved in several other wars and conflicts, which the good people behind me have been part of making sure that our liberties, our freedoms, what we think we should be able to accomplish based on our merits is preserved and will be preserved for your life, thanks to people like here who were just there, who didn't necessarily go to a history class or a political science class to look at the intricacies of the analysis of the treaties and the ramifications. They knew that what they did was important, and is still important, because you guys here today, when you leave here, will listen to the type of music you want to listen to, will go to the type of movies you want to go to, and you can text your friends whatever you want to text, within reason, because that's what our country stands for, and that's what these people make sure lasts forever. Thank you very much.
We now welcome Chika Obajesi for her The Voice of Democracy essay. America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, the melting pot. In order to legitimize these epithets, it is going to require a new, revamped America. An America where we value people and nature. An America where we help those who help us. In America where all lives matter. I see a bright future for America, so long as we seize our opportunities. We have the chance to evolve into a nation that acknowledges beauty and applauds bravery. My vision for America is for everything and everyone to be appreciated for their work. Americans reap the benefits of living in a prominent first world country. We complain about the taste of food while there are others starving. We become agitated with slow Wi-Fi while many are lucky to have electricity. We waste water on a daily basis, yet so many people do not even have clean drinking water. Clearly, we take material things for granted, but there is no excuse for taking people for granted. Veterans risk their lives to protect our liberties, yet our appreciation for their service often devalues their efforts. They often return to meager lives struggling with economic insufficiencies and qualms pertaining to their future. Where is respect for the men and women who ensure our safety so that our primary worries can be about food and Wi-Fi? I would like to see more support given to our veterans so they are aware of how much we appreciate their sacrifices they made for us. Our materialistic points of view need to be eradicated in order to see America reach its maximum potential as a nation. Our lack of appreciation extends not only to people, but also to nature. We abuse the land that provides us the provisions needed to sustain life. It is no surprise we cannot value others if we cannot value the one thing that keeps us alive. In order to have a vision for a future America, there has to be a future America. At the rate the nation is going, our natural ecosystems and ozone layer will be depleted, threatening the livelihood of both animals and humans. The biggest issue with our diminished environment is the ignorance surrounding it. People know climate change is a problem, but do nothing to combat it. We have become a culture that poorly prioritizes important matters. We concentrate on superficial activities over serious affairs. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, our verdant forests have gradually transformed into concrete jungles. We've allowed technology and artificial products to become the very center of our universe, rather than appreciate and care for the one we already have. We do not look up and appreciate the natural beauty around us because so often we're too busy looking down at the technology that distracts us. Our stars have been dimmed by the lights of our sleepless cities. How are we supposed to reach for the stars if we cannot even see them? As much as technology has improved our way of life, it has also brought down the quality of life. There was once a time when socializing simply involved people being actively engaged in conversations. That time was not so long ago. That time was before phones and other forms of instant and distant communication existed. That time was a much more peaceful time. There was no such thing as cyberbullying. We need to look back at that time. No, we did not say that we need to go back to that time, but we do need to remember what life was like before the introduction of social media and the internet. We value the company of others and made an effort to get to know a person, even the stranger. Now, no one is truly a stranger because the internet has provided access that is convenient to access information on anyone to anyone. We have changed our focus from people to machines. At this point, we rely so much on technology that our trust in one another has dwindled substantially. But we can still change. We can recognize that flesh can never be replaced by metal. As much as technology is meant to make our lives easier, there are certain aspects of life that require nothing more than nature and people. That is why face-to-face interaction is an invaluable part of our lives. In the end, Americans control the future of the country. Unless we are willing to make a change, we will continue down this road of advanced technology at the expense of the development of humanity. My dream for America is for us to make choices that better the lives of everyone. As Americans, we have the ability to act on our own free will when it comes to our personal lives. Naturally, not all actions done are beneficial to humanity as a whole, but if we were to see the value of people and nature, we would be more apt to improve society, and that is my vision for America. I hope we appreciate all the opportunities made available for us and take advantage of it, so we can be all that I know we can be. Greatness is achieved not by brute force, but by struggle and conquest. In other words, the path to prosperity is no easy walk, but over time, all obstacles can be overcome to reach a maximum potential as a nation. One dream, one goal, one nation. America. The DHHS band will now play God Bless America. is the choice veterans make, the sacrifice of leaving friends, families, risking their lives for the safety of strangers. They are warriors, guardians, mothers, brothers, grandparents. Remember who fought. Immortalize them. Understand and say thank you to the men and women who gave us this quiet moment. We would like to thank our veterans for coming and being here with us, and everyone who participated in this.
Okay, Mr. Sackmeyer, we're going to escort the veterans back to the faculty room. I think they have some refreshments there. And thank you. How about a round of applause for our veterans today? I appreciate you for all that donation. And be careful getting after class. Thank you.
Yeah.